Alright, here we are for round one of our Modern League. Looks like we lost the die roll on the draw. We have a Sakura Tri-Boater, no Search or Bolt, but Anger to come and interact with our opponent, so I think it's a pretty solid hand. You pretty much always want to see a Lightning Bolt or a Search for Tomorrow in your opener because you're just kind of a really slow deck without those cards, but you know, if you don't have one of those cards, it's really nice to have an Anger. It can help you catch up in a lot of matchups. We have the Scapeshift, which is worse than Titan in a hand like this because, you know, we're on the draw, so we're going to have to get 7 lands in play. And if he doesn't do any damage to us, we're going to have to get 8 lands in play. Looks like we're playing against Slivers. Let's see what he's got. Starts off with a Gale Rider, sure. Hopefully this Anger is going to be pretty good if he doesn't have an Ether Vial. I'm going to just lead on Cinderglade. Save the Wooded Foothills in our hand in case we draw Coney Heart Expedition. To a Mutavault. Okay. Senior Sliver. Alright. Unfortunately, the Gale Rider is actually pretty nice against Tri-Boater. So let's actually just cast a Farseek. This Anger's gonna be pretty good here, assuming he plays another Sliver. Yep. Alright, so we're taking 6. Probably just going to seal the game with an Anger here. I don't really see how he can realistically come back. He hasn't taken any damage, though, so we're going to need to get to 8 lands, likely to kill him with Scapeshift. But yeah, anyway, the reason that I like saving the Elder, playing Farseek over the Elder, is like he's got the Mutavault, and we're in a situation where essentially playing the Farseek first is better because later on the Mutavault can block, which is quite nice. I'm going to lead on Explore, see if I draw something like an Expedition that I'd want to play before playing the Elder. Okay. So we just have him, we just have Scapeshift next turn. And that should be that. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. Okay. It's always nice. Predatory Sliver, sure. Block. Sack. And we're going to go ahead and play 8th land and play our Scapeshift. Even if he has like Swan Song, we have just other Scapeshift. I guess pretty good draw. I mean, have the Anger against a creature deck is obviously nice. You can kind of see how that catches up. Looks like we probably want our other Anger. I'm not sure if there's anything else we want. I think we probably want Engineered Explosives. Just a lot of his good threats will be 2-drops, so we can potentially blow him out. Cards that we don't want. I don't really know exactly what disruption he's gonna bring to the table. Like he might have counterspells, he might not, because his mana is like Caverns and Mutavaults and stuff. He might not be sustainable. I think on the draw we're just gonna go ahead and shave one of the Explorers, and then also I think we can probably got a Coney Heart. They're just like bad on the draw. Likely would be turns that we're casting it. We'd rather be like playing Anger for the most part. So I think that's reasonable. We're deciding removal for ramp when we're on the draw, which I think is good against a fast deck. Don't really think we want Sudden Shock. It's probably reasonable, but it just costs so much mana to interact with him. Like it costs 2 mana, so we're essentially just trading even on mana with him. This hand is kind of weak. I have no Disruption. And also no Search for Tomorrow, and no second ramp spell. I think this is going to be like a very tight mulligan here. This is the kind of hand that makes me cutting Explore seem bad. But I can't really stop him from beating me down, and I don't even have a turn 4 Titan. Though, I guess on the draw, like the likelihood of me eventually getting a turn 4 Titan is reasonable. I'm just going to mulligan, though. I'd rather see a Lightning Bolt or an Anger or a Search. Double Anger. Okay, this hand is interesting. I think it is a keep. Like, Anger was very potent against him game 1. And hopefully double Anger is good. Hoping he doesn't have a... looks like he might have an Ether Vial to sort of counteract. Ooh, he Thoughtseizes me. Okay, well this hand is much better than the other hand against the Thoughtseize. Because the other hand he just takes our Primeval Titan, which is our only action. Here, like, we have double Anger. And he can play around the Anger, but I think that I have tons of inevitability in this matchup, so... And this actually might be a pretty big blowout. We drew a Lightning Bolt, so it's possible he might try to attack us with Mutavault this turn to play around Anger. And in that case, I just get to bolt the Mutavault, which is probably pretty nice for me. It takes his entire 3rd turn, essentially. Yep, as we expected. That's the classic, like, sometimes Thoughtseize blows you out because, you know, you see the coast is clear, so you make a play you wouldn't normally make. Like here, you know, like attacking with Mutavault. But we're only taking 2. We still have the Anger. We have plenty of time. He doesn't have enough pressure on me where I need to even cast it anytime soon. Like, if he puts one more Sliver into play, I probably will. But we have Search for Tomorrow on Suspend. He's fetching here. Gale Rider Sliver, maybe? I think we actually just Anger this. We drew an Explore. I actually prefer playing the Explore. Though, he's willing to make this play. This just buys me a lot of time. And he could have a counterspell. Like, just because he was willing to play that into an Anger doesn't mean it's not right to Anger him. Like, we Stone Rained him last turn. He's cut on mana. It's going to take him a little while to sort of rebuild, I think. I'm just going to get a second Forest. In case we're at Primeval Titan, I need 2 green sources. I don't want to be greedy. Okay, looks like we have a Primeval Titan next turn. Mana Weft Sliver. Okay. So should I crack my fetch here? Do I want to draw land or not? This doesn't really matter. I'm going to get double Valakut. If I draw Mountain, I could get... Yeah, we'll just fetch. I don't know if it's right. I think it doesn't really matter. I think it's going to be unlikely that we lose from here. I could actually get Valakut Mountain just to kill the Mana Weft Sliver, which I like. We have plenty of mountains left in my deck. I have, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have this Stomping Ground in play. Or, sorry, the Primeval Titan in play that he might not be able to deal with. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get, we'll get the non-basics. Because this generates him a ton of mana, I think it's right to just take it down. Like, decrease his ability to really play more threats or play a removal spell. I guess if he has a removal spell, like, it's pretty bad to do that, but it still slows him down. Like, it's still, he'd have to take his whole next turn to use a removal spell. Alright.